This is Colin McGuigan for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by Kalle Sauerland in the aftermath of Josh Kelly's win. Kalle, I want to get your thoughts immediately on those scorecards.
Which is a shame, isn't it? Because we've witnessed a really entertaining fight. The scores atrocious. I mean, I'm sure the refs will look back at it and say, work out how they got to a draw and two very tight point wins. I mean, even I spoke to all the other people on the other side as well, the promotional side of it. Everyone, the most they could give Davis was 3 rounds. By the way, credit to Davis, fantastic boxer, and he will be a big part of the future of the sport as well. Credit to him, but Josh Kelly, I thought looked fantastic.
I want to get your thoughts on those scorecards in terms of, did you think potentially you were going to get done at the end? What was your immediate thoughts?
I'm telling you now, mate, I'm wearing a pair of light blue trousers. I was shitting my pants when I heard a draw. First of all, I'm going like, I don't know if I was in shot on the telly, but you watch my face, boom, like that. And then I'm like, but then I'm thinking, okay, well, there's always one lunatic. Then the next one is 115, 114. And I'm thinking, oh my God, he almost got a draw as well. But he hasn't said for Kelly, he hasn't said anything. So the third one comes up, it's 2 rounds. I'm thinking, what the fuck? I said, I thought we are getting done. You know? So it was incredible. But we get through it, you know. Lucky there wasn't a scandal in the result itself. The scorecards are a scandal, but in the result itself, there is no scandal. So we're gonna move on.
We're being told we need to move. Can we just go in next door and we'll continue this?
Absolutely.
So just in terms of where we were at there, we've been moved by the dart.
Has kicked us out of the locker room. Here we are now in the showers. So I'll be going like this in a minute, but I do excuse myself for not wanting to look. But we are in the shower rooms. Fucking hell, I've done a few interviews in my time, but never one in the I'm actually in the fucking shower room.
This is an incredible piece of content, Kalle. I just want to ask, were you worried when you seen Josh on the back foot in that 12th round and Ishmael Davis landed a few times?
No. No, not worried. I mean, you could see the way Davis was throwing the punches, especially on the inside. It was, as I said, he's a top operator. I saw Conor Bennell in the hotel before the fight, and he said to me, your boy's got Ishmael's got your boy's number tonight. He spars a lot with Ishmael Davis, and I said, Conor, relax, we're getting the result tonight, don't you worry about that, and then we'll talk business. But no, so Conor, you weren't quite right, but I can see what he's talking about. Very, very, as I said before, first of all, massive credit for taking such a challenge, and at the same time, big future in the sport. Ishmael Davis listen, I'm nervous in every round. The last round, the way Josh fights, he likes to move obviously and move side to side. So when he's dancing around, and you've seen him a lot, you don't really get too worried. You know he's got it under control.
You mentioned Conor Bennell.
I was breaking it when they announced the Scott. Scott said it again. I was absolutely. It just felt like, one of those robberies in slow motion. I just felt like, we're getting fucked here, aren't we? We're getting fucked, right? But yeah, the boxing gods done their job.
You mentioned Conor Bennell there.
I've seen the door right now, so I might have to do one of these. But no, it's Parsons who's walking down the road. He's a naked boxer, so we're going to keep going on that, right? Okay.
You mentioned Conor Bennell there in conversation. Yeah. Is that a fight you like for Josh next, or what route do you move in now with Josh?
I think we'll all agree he looked great at 160 tonight, but he's also 154. So there's not that issue I've had in the past with trying to make Conor Bennell fights around weights and things like that. Say no more. Yes, comment. Yeah, Conor Bennell, brilliant.
Is that the fight you want for Josh next, or is there a route to a world title shot?
I said it. I said it a couple of years ago. I said that there's a lot of names around that 160 mark. Yeah, EUBANK, BENN. You've got to look at whether he's coming back or not. No one knows, but Kell Brook will always be relevant. Liam Smith. I know it was unfortunately wasn't able to fight tonight, but certainly a big name in that space. So you've got 5-6 names, and they're all good fights. They're all put bums on seats, that's for sure.
Josh Kelly, Conor Bennell, and maybe somewhere like Newcastle is a big fight because of the whole Conor Bennell Newcastle thing with Josh and Sunderland.
That fight, I remember when I think I was promoting Josh Taylor Regis Progress, if I'm not mistaken, at the O2, and I think Josh was a matchroom at the time. I can't remember if it was Josh or it was one way around, but all the hype at the time was about Kelly versus Ben. That was expected to be the sort of fight for the next sort of 154 before 147, sort of that sort of space. That was the fight to make. That's 5-6 years ago now. So that fight's been around a long time. Super interesting. But again, there's lots of options around that way. I mean, the fight that was supposed to happen tonight is still also a very good fight, of course.
Likely to see Josh Kelly back on a Riyadh season card. Would that be the plan with Josh going forward?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the biggest cards at the moment are certainly the Riyadh season cards. I mean, tonight is just insane, But again, they're making the big fights, the Riyadh season cards. So, the fights I just mentioned, yeah, they'd fit right up there with on any of those cards, absolutely.
Last one from me. There's been a bit of beef from promoters this week. Ben Shalom and Eddie Hearn going head to head. We had Ben Shalom come out yesterday and say Eddie said that he was going to knock him out on stage. Just what's your thoughts of that, Kalle?
Well, in terms of a fight, I think Eddie comes out early. I think Shalom will. Hearn Shalom. I'm gonna go with. It's a difficult one to make at the weight as well, isn't it? Or you asked me generally. Or you actually the fight itself, because I'm picturing the fight.
I'm picturing you stepping in on Eddie Hearn's behalf.
Come on, let's have it. No, I mean, listen. I think Eddie likes to joke, and I joke a lot. I wind Eddie up quite a lot, and he winds me up. And but we've known each other for many years, and done a lot of shows together. I'm sure that Eddie said to him, "I'll knock you fucking Sparko out." Yeah, in fact, he told me that. So, yeah, but I'm trying to think if Eddie's ever trying to say that to me, but yeah, I don't know. It's a tongue-in-cheek thing, isn't it?
Would you take it as a joke if Ben Shalom said to you?
Ben Shalom said to me, "Get out a picture," I'd attempt to go fucking do one, and I would stick it right on him. And I don't mean stick it on him verbally. I just put one right on him. I wouldn't talk about it. I fucking might do it, but he hasn't. So we're not there. But yeah. So I thought, I mean, if he said to Eddie, "Get out a picture," and he was joking about it, it's actually quite a funny joke. So Eddie's had a good counter. So I find that from both sides, great banter. But if someone then goes off and I'm not going to get involved in it back and forth. But at the same time, I don't know how that's got into. If I have a private joke with Eddie, that's not going to make it in the public forum. So I don't know how that has happened. I don't know. I haven't seen. It's not like I look at every interview that Mr. Shalom or Mr. Hearn do. But someone must have snitched or grasped because from who was in that seat. If me and you have a conversation and that conversation is leaked, so the question is who leaked it? I don't know. I've got no idea. But it is a bit of a strange one if they've had a bit of banter. Again, I thought it was quite funny to tell Eddie, what you're doing in the picture.
Would you pipe up like that, Eddie? And do you think the reaction might be different because you do have already got a working relationship?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm different. Just put it mildly. What you want me to say? You know, I mean, I don't think someone's going to tell me they want to knock me out. Unless they want to try and do it, you know. Good luck.
Kalle Sauerland on Misfits soon. Would you run that fight on Misfits?
I'm 47 years old, right? And I'm fucking proud of that, by the way. But my fighting days are long, long, long behind me.
Shalom and Hearn, you and Mams Taylor make it happen?
$1 million offer coming Monday morning, 9 a.m.
Kalle Sauerland, pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.